Hi guys, welcome to Mac Reddit, where tales are not just told, they come alive. As always, today, I have come up with a very interesting Reddit story, exclusively for you. I hope you will enjoy it, and don't forget to show your love for Mac Reddit. It is the story of a man who married a girl from a well-off family for financial gains, but now he feels to be controlled and subjugated to his wife. Let's dive into it to see details. AITA for marrying for financial gains, and now disagreeing with my wife because she wants to name our son after her late boyfriend? I, 29-year-old male, and my wife, 𝐼𝐧𝐸, 32-year-old female, are expecting our first child, a son. She is just about 2 months away from giving birth, and we have not yet agreed on a name. This is mainly because she has been insistent on giving our son the name of her late boyfriend, and I am not ready for it. When I disagreed, she said I must agree because her father has helped me financially, and all my businesses and luxurious life is due to her father. Now, I feel like helpless and humiliated. Background: my wife is a third-generation Canadian, and her parents run a very successful travel agency and many other businesses. In short, she comes from a well-off family. On the other hand, I moved to Canada 5 years ago on a work visa that I obtained through my wife's parents' agency. Her father helped me because of the long-standing friendship between his father, 𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐽𝐿, now deceased, and my grandfather. Initially, I worked as a taxi driver, then as a chef at a 5-star hotel in Montreal, and now I own my own in the same city. I am living a luxurious life and also thinking of expanding my business back in my home country. I was not an experienced worker when I moved to Canada, but my wife's father, 𝐅𝐮𝐥𝐿, helped me a lot in getting the work permit and finding jobs. After just 3 days of arriving in Canada, I began working as a taxi driver. Initially, I was driving on a foreign license, but then I obtained a Canadian one. I had a diploma in culinary arts, but I chose to be a taxi driver because of the perception that taxi drivers earn more than other workers, especially entry-level chefs. I decided that after earning from driving, I would start my own hotel. However, my plan failed. After just 3 months in my first job, I was involved in a car accident that totaled the taxi I had rented, but I escaped unharmed. It was a miracle, an absolute miracle, as no one would expect someone to emerge unscathed from such a horrific accident. Following the accident, I decided to return to my own field, culinary art. Once again, my current father-in-law helped me secure a job as an entry-level chef at a 5-star hotel. I am a quick learner, a really fast learner. So over the next year, I became a professional chef. This growth is exceptional, but I did it, and after 2 years, I left the job and started my own hotel. Let's now come to why I married the girl who is now my wife, and how I started my own business. When I started working as a chef, 𝐼𝐧𝐸, who is now my wife, was in university at the time. As I used to visit their home often, we became good friends, but I never thought of anything more than that, because she was already in a relationship with an American man named Daniel, now deceased. They had been together for 4 years and were planning to marry, but tragically, Daniel died in a car accident. After his death, she was devastated and mourned for 6 months. Her parents were concerned about her depression and suggested she should consider getting married and moving on, as her boyfriend was not coming back. After some initial resistance, she agreed to get married, but they were unsure who she should marry. She was also hesitant to enter into another relationship and lose another partner. In fact, she had developed thanatophobia. Because of these reservations, her parents wanted her to marry someone with whom she was not too attached. In other words, they were finding a scapegoat, and I became one. I learned all these things after the marriage. Had I known all this before, my life would have been a little bit different, perhaps easier. One day, my future father-in-law invited me to his home. When I arrived, they had arranged a luxurious feast for me. I was surprised to see all the arrangements and asked if there was something special, but my future mother-in-law told me that all those arrangements were for me. I asked, "Why all this?" She said they would tell me after dinner and asked me to move to the dinner table. After dinner, we all sat in the living room and started talking. After some time, my father-in-law said we should come to the point and discuss why we were there. He told me they had invited me to ask me to marry their daughter and inquired if I was committed to someone. They also mentioned that they would consider me as their son. and were thinking of helping me start a 5-star hotel of my own. It was actually a business offer rather than a proposal. At that time, I had a girlfriend named Mia, 26-year-old female. I was angry with her due to some trivial reason, but we had not broken up. But when I received the wedding proposal and the offer for financial assistance, I decided to accept it without considering my girlfriend. However, I didn't rush. Instead, I asked them that I needed some time to make my decision. When I returned home, I thought about the proposal thoroughly and decided to discuss it with my parents, though I had already accepted it in my mind. I spoke to my parents, who had been concerned about my marriage and were anxious that I might marry someone from Canada. So, when they heard about the proposal, they immediately agreed and said I should accept it because there was no chance I would receive a better proposal. As I had already made the decision, I decided to tell my decision to my future in-laws. On the following weekend, I visited my future in-laws, spoke with my potential wife, and finally informed them that I was ready for marriage. They were very happy, also me. After 5 months, we eventually got married in a luxurious wedding ceremony, and sometime later, I started my business with investment from father-in-law. Everything was going well initially, but after my wife became pregnant, her behavior changed drastically. She started treating me as if I was her subordinate or as if she had purchased me. Initially, I thought it was due to her pregnancy, but when I overheard her talking to her sister on the phone, I discovered the reality that she didn't think me as an equal partner in the marriage. Instead, she viewed me as a purchased husband. It was shocking and humiliating for me, and after learning the truth, I felt humiliated and trapped in a relationship where I had no value. However, I decided to keep quiet because a serious confrontation could harm my business, and I didn't want it. Now, our disagreement is about the name of our first child that we are expecting in just 2 months. We have been arguing about the potential name for our child for 2 months. I want our child to have a classical sick name, and she is adamant about giving our child the name of her late boyfriend. Though I respect her late boyfriend and her feelings towards him because I am a practical man, I cannot bear my son having the same name as her late boyfriend and don't want his memories to interfere in our marriage. However, sometimes I think I should let her have that name for our son, because even if I win the argument and don't let her have that name, I cannot erase his late boyfriend's memories from her mind, and if I tried to erase, it would not benefit me. It would harm my relationship and might affect my business as well. Am I the jerk here? To me, it seems that OP has made many mistakes in his life, and now he is stuck in a strange situation. If he openly confronts his wife, he might have to bear business loss, and if he keeps quiet, he will remain subjugated to his wife forever. I cannot make a conclusive opinion about the OP, but I think he is a AH for marrying for financial gains, but not NTA for disagreeing with his wife about the name of their son. How was the video, guys? Did you like it? If you did, just hit the like button. Tell me in the comment section whether the OP is AH or NTA, and share it as much as you can. And don't forget to subscribe to MacReddit for a daily dose. Bye bye, see you tomorrow.